So I'll come back to another exciting farm week in Ghana. As you know, we are still on rabbit farming, just as we did for the grass cutter farming. Today I have to talk about the factors to consider when you are weaning your baby rabbits or the kids from like the mother. So yeah, we are still here on the farms with
Jan Sambo.
Exactly. So he's here to take us through that and certain things you are supposed to know about it. So yeah, Sabo, weaning. What are some of the things you should consider when you are weaning?
Weaning, most of the time, you do it. Maybe you have a breeding plan. Everyone has a breeding plan. There's a number of times he or she wants to deliver in a year.
Okay.
So if generally people do it, I think around 4 to 5 times. People want their dose to deliver around 4 to 5. People are also trying to take that past 5, 6, 7 times in a year. So if you want around 6, 7 times, you should be weaning your kids early. But when it comes to weaning, feed is very important because the feed you give to the animals is a very important part. If the feed is good, after weaning, like even as the kids are with the mother, you still get a very good condition of the mother. The mother is still in a very good condition. So even after weaning, you can just give it a few days, or even as the kids are with the mother, you can still breed it again. But you see, when you want to wean, sometimes the condition of the mother, when you see the condition of the mother deteriorating, it might due to maybe too much breastfeeding, is breastfeeding too much. Some of the mothers breastfeed a lot. They don't shy away when the kids try to breastfeed. So sometimes it reduces it makes them weaker. But it's also dependent on the feed you give to the animal. If your feed is good and you give it a lot of feed, most of the time they are able to cope. But if the feed is not really that good, so when you notice the health of the animal deteriorating, you need to bring the kids away from to give it treatment and other stuff. But weaning is very is a very critical part in rabbitry. But if you don't do it well, you tend to lose a lot of the kids. Sometimes due to shock and other factors. Generally, we wean around 6 weeks in Ghana. A lot of farmers wean 6 weeks. People do less.
Okay, so when they give birth, we allow the kids to be the mother for like 6 weeks.
For 6 weeks. People do less. People do just a month. Then they wean the kids off. But it also has the technique. See, weaning most of the time, it's better to take the mother out of the cage. Like if you want to wean, it's better to take the mother out
and not the kids.
Because the kids are accustomed to the cage, the scent and everything of the cage. So if you take them out to a new place, it gets them stressed out. Because they are now, and it's also without their mother. So they are now stressed out, trying to figure out a lot of things. So it could create shock and it could kill the kids and other things. So we have gradual weaning where you can just place, sometimes you place the mother just beside the kids in another, like a cage just beside the kids.
Close to the mother.
Yes, close, so they can still get the scent of the mother, but they are not with the kids. So as time goes on, then you can take the mother away from the kids. You can also, some people who just do weaning, they just take the mother out.
Just like that.
So sometimes it works, sometimes it has its own problems and other stuff. But with that, you see, when the kids start eating, when they get out of the box, around 2 weeks to 3 weeks of age, they start to pick a feed, a solid feed. It starts to pick it little by little.
Okay.
And sometimes the feed may be contaminated. So when you notice your kids are picking solid feed, start to give them epoxy drag. What I use is Ampullum 300.
Okay.
You start to give them epoxy drag, and it makes it with the feed. So when they eat it doesn't really worry their system. So you give it for some time before you wean the kids. It helps them. It gives them more energy. It gives them more. So it's good when the kids start feeding, you try and give them quality drug to help them. And 6 weeks is a good time to wean animals because at that time they are a little bit matured, they are a little bit okay to taking out. Yeah, because outside like this, they by 8 weeks, because of the breeds and other conditions they have, by 8 weeks they are slaughtering the animals. But here, most of the time it's around 12 weeks to 16 weeks. That's the time we slaughter the animals and stuff. So at 6 weeks they are okay and they are now feeding. They are now mostly eating the solid feed you are giving to them.
Okay.
So at that time is when I think it's best to bring the animals from the mother. Yes, so with that one to do it gradually to prevent stress and other things from setting in to worrying them. The mother is good, so it's able to handle those conditions. But with the kids, some of them are not. And if you do it once, you see to get problems, diarrhea and other problems. So we try and do it gradually to help this one. So it's also best to take the mother out during weaning. That's the best practice you can do, to take the mother out and leave the kids in. After some time, you can then take them out somewhere else and try and keep them.
So you spoke of the feed that you can give to the mother during the time when it is breastfeeding and all of those things.
Sure.
What feed is good for them to feed during that time, and also the kids too? What aside the breast milk, do they also eat the feed or like how?
After 2 weeks, most of the time by 10 days, their eyes are open.
Okay.
It just like 10 days, their eyes should be open. So it depends on how your litter box is, and sometimes the mother. If the mother feeds them very well, some of them don't see the need to come out of the box because they are okay, they are full.
Yeah.
But when the milk is not enough and their eyes are open, some of them try and come out to try and get extra food to eat. When they come out and they get the feed, they start picking it bit by bit. Yes, and with the mother too, you see, greens are very good. If you can get moringa, dandelion, and these things during pregnancy, they are very good. But you can also give them just feed. That is if you know your feed is very nutritious. Yes, you know the nutritional content of your feed is, and you know it's very good. That will just be enough for the mother to breastfeed and everything. But you can add greens. You can give them moringa, dandelion, plantain leaves, mango leaves, and other stuff. Some people are even deworming with pawpaw leaves.
Wow, yes. They mix it with water. How?
No,
Give it to them.
They just give it to them. Like they just give it to them. It's a dewormer, a natural dewormer. They give it to them. So there are certain plants that also have their nutritional response to the rabbits. So instead of buying maybe the orthodox dewormer, artificial this dewormers we have available, give dewormer the pawpaw leaves to the animal that's a dewormer. But you don't give, one thing is you don't also really give medication to pregnant animals. You do your medication before you even cross the animal. Okay. So if you want to deworm, you want to give courtesy, you want to do any other thing, do it before pregnancy. Because during pregnancy a lot of things happen. If you try and give, but you can give a vitamin. Vitamins is not really
much of a problem.
It's really beneficial to the animal. So you can give them vitamins in pregnancy. But any other medicine can cause abortion or can cause a defect. Can cause a defect.
So these are how many? The lion head one. I don't know, but I like the lion. It's like they have the beard aspect. Yes, it's nice for me. So how many weeks or how many days? Oh,
well, they're around 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
2-3 weeks. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're around 2 weeks.
Okay.
So they also start picking the feet little by little. So when you notice, you just start giving them, adding the epoxy to the feet and the growth. It reduces mortality a lot. It's how them. People complain about mortality, but it depends on how you are doing your business. Because it's contaminated. The mother can handle this one, but the kids may not be handled. May not be able to handle. So if you are able to get your practices right, you reduce contaminants in your rabbits.
Okay. Alright. I think that will end this part of the video. So yeah, these are some of the things you're supposed to take note of when you are weaning your rabbits. To make sure that at least you follow some of these things to reduce issues when it comes to
we need to pay particular attention to the feed. You don't just change the feed of rabbits. It's a gradual process. If you change it once, if maybe I wean these animals fresh, and if I want to change feed and I want to wean animals, I should as much as possible try and change it while they are with their mother before I wean them.
okay.
Because if you change the feed after you wean them, it has a very high possibility of affecting their digestive system. So, in as much as you want to wean, you should take some factors into it. Or if you want to wean, you can maybe keep the old feed that they have started eating already, and give those ones to the small ones for some time before you try and change the feed. That's that. So at least before you change it, it will be at least about 8 weeks, and then it will be okay, and you change it gradually for them.
Okay.
So your rabbits, you don't want to change feed just like that. So even if you get rabbits from family, you have as possible to even get the feed
That was given to
the animal. So when you come, try and mix it with yours little by little before you change the compost. It could kill the animal, it could cause bloat, it could cause a lot of problems to the animal. But I mean, when I come and I don't have food, I don't have their food, what I do personally is I give them the dry plantain mix. I give you the dry plantain mix for a day. That's what you eat the whole day. I don't give you any other
okay.
food. Okay. When after the day I try and give you my food, what I've noticed is it works for me. So this is something else you can try when you get rabbits from somewhere and then without the person giving you feed and other stuff. So with weaners like this, try and get high value nutritional feeds to give to them. Because it depends on the feed you give to the animal, that will give you the growth. You understand? So most of the time we always try and make sure they have a lot of feed available. So we try and give them feed anytime it gets finished. Most of the time they say you should feed rabbits, young rabbits, you should always have feed in their feeding bowl. It's economic conditions. You can't always
give them feed like that.
But at least you should make sure they are okay. And rabbits also feed a lot during the night time.
In the daytime.
So I give them a lot to do the night, and give them the just eat a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Alright. So I guess this will close out the video. Please make sure you hit the red button to subscribe. Put the notification on to get regular updates when I drop a new video. And please, the liking of the video is very important, so make sure you do like the video for us. So yeah, catch you in the next time.
Introducing Apex 10, your fertilizer booster. Purely organic from the earth to the earth. Now available in Ghana. Apex 10 fertilizer booster. Best for plant restoration, reviving ancient and withered plants, producing healthy and abundant fruits, and easy to apply. A boom to farmers and beyond, making farming sexy again. Apex 10 fertilizer booster is a game changer with many branches. Employment to enable you to feed yourself. If you must get it right, get Apex 10 fertilizer booster. No toxins, sexy, absolutely organic, easy to apply, and super healthy. For more information, call 0552 505 723 or +1609 227 8043. Apex 10, from the earth to the earth, making farming sexy again. Apex 10, join the movement.